Thank you for watching today's new video. Make sure you guys pick up Little Mo's new singles, L's Up and I'm a Diva right now on iTunes.
You could be like this. I ain't worried about nothing. Always tell myself the good, the bad, pleasure and pain. Baby, I can stand the rain. Thought I told you once before.
Hey, what's going on YouTube? It's Kevin and Mikkel, and today we are sitting here with R&B Divas LA star, Little Mo.
What's up?
Welcome back to the Skorpion show.
Thank you, because you know sometimes people don't get a second chance to come back.
Okay.
No, they don't, especially not with us.
Hello?
But see, before we started rolling, I was letting you know that your first interview with us last year in Baltimore when you was with Child.
Yeah.
That video got such a huge response. I was shocked myself because, like I was telling you, I didn't think that so many people would really gravitate to that interview.
Yeah.
But not only did they like it, they loved it because of the fact that your honesty. Like you were so honest and you were so real in that interview.
Oh,
and then our praise break.
That praise break.
And then this one, he was just, you know,
okay,
we
don't do the praise breaks.
Oh yeah.
He's
I
Catholic.
thought they shout Catholic churches
no,
now.
we sit there. Well, I haven't been to a Catholic service in 6 years.
Can you just promise me you'll go to church with me like one time a year?
I'll be trying to get him to come back to my church.
I will go.
You've never had the urge to shout and go forth and let have?
In my room when I be on my praise?
Let me tell you something. Before we get into this interview, for the first time, I had my official shout, and she was there to witness to that church.
Wait, what happened?
I nearly
love
broke out
shout
too.
stories.
The choir was singing. I got up, I was feeling it, and before you knew it, I went to try to sit down. At least this is what I remember. I went to try to sit down, but that Holy Spirit was like, "Nope, you're not sitting down."
That's how it be. That's how you know it's real.
Not sitting.
When you try to have a
you're not sitting down.
Let you be.
And when I was done, her and a few other people in our church was surrounding me. I was just like, Lord, thank you, Jesus.
Yeah.
It was like a really powerful experience, and I was telling him, and a lot of people were like, well, is it real? Is it real? And I tell them, when it hits you,
it's real.
You know it.
Yeah.
It's nothing to play with.
Another way you know it's real is that if you fall out of church and if you get up, you don't hurt yourself, that means it's real. If you hurt yourself, you was flesh.
Come on now. Because you can fall out and not even know you fell out.
Hello?
Well, y'all better go ahead and talk about this church that I've never experienced.
Now.
Yes.
Okay.
So, you know, we watched you this summer on R&B Divas LA.
Yeah.
I loved you on there, but
I loved y'all commentary. Like,
yes.
Every week, I got my life. Like, I thank y'all. Because y'all could have been like, next. Y'all didn't have to watch what y'all did, so I really appreciate that.
How do you feel like you were portrayed on the show? Do you think they showed all of Lil Mo?
Yeah, and what's crazy is that I had so many scenes that didn't make it. I was just excited to be a part of that, you know, that brand. I use that platform, so everything that I put into it, I got out. I have no complaints, and I would say the only problem I might have had with editing, maybe like if a piece of hair, like somebody should have said, let's mash this piece down. That's about it. But far as what I gave on the screen, that's how I'm in real life. So I had no problems.
Well, when I watched the show, when the show first aired, I was a little iffy because I was like, I don't know if these women, because we were all right off the hills of R&B Divas Atlanta.
Yeah.
So I'm like, I don't know if these women going to be able to bring it. Like,
yeah.
I don't know if they're going to be able to bring it, and who is going to be the one, let's say, the villain of the show. Yeah. You know, every show has a villain.
A villain, a victim.
And see, I didn't know too much about the cast. Like, we had just did an interview with you, so I knew a little bit about you. But I didn't know too much about the
Me neither.
the rest of the women.
I never knew who else was going to be on it till I got to LA.
Wow.
So basically, I had to wait, and I guess if we would have known who the cast was ahead of time, then you probably could have talked to each other and be like, well,
yeah, that's what happened.
Keep moving. But they didn't want us to know who else was going to be on it. I did know in advance that Kelly was going to be on it because I had asked, and I kept on seeing stuff like Kelly, Shantae, then they said Blue Cantrell. So I would ask,
I did hear about Blue
and
Cantrell.
they was like, well, because I know Kelly, like I had texted her, and I was just like, hey, I'm coming out there. But at first I was kind of reluctant to be on it because a lot of my industry friends like, why are you going to do that show? Why don't you do like a Love and Hip Hop or something like that? Because that show is already propelled to it's on a major network. Don't get on no. I was so like, don't get on no show like R&B Divas. That's just a step above Unsung. I said, woo.
Wow.
Right.
I didn't know you said that.
It's a lot of people.
Wow.
And I honestly was feeling that way. Was just like, so like, ooh, people think I fell off, but I could still sing back good. Like I still look good. I was just like, I always thought it fell off when you see somebody, you're like, what do you look, girl? You sing, they look mad old in the face, and they just reek of alcohol, and they be falling all down the stage. You know, that's what I thought fell off meant, like when you just don't even look like yourself. But I was just like, well, I'll give it a shot. If it works, it works. If not, then trust me, I have other opportunities. But I wanted to maximize it just because I wanted to prove that, look, I'm one of the greatest and I'll be around my coworkers. That's the way I approached it.
Yeah.
Well, I like that, you know, the show R&B Divas, not just LA, just the whole show, because, you know, you got R&B singers that don't be on the radio. You barely hear from them unless they pregnant or getting married to somebody. So I think it's way above Unsung. Like Unsung is like, this is who I was and I don't do this anymore.
Or the Where Are They Now type of those things. Because they said those are like the only shows that they give artists who doesn't have anything current out, or who's considered mainstream relevant. Like if you're not at all the award shows, they think that, oh, well, you must have. I'm like, Chad, you know how much it costs to, let's be real. It's an investment. So being an artist, even being on a show, it's an investment. What are you willing to sacrifice? What are you willing to, you know, do for your dream? And I realized that the sacrifice I had to make was taking my children and my family and uprooting from Baltimore, Maryland and going to LA. Was I really ready for it? Because I kept on saying, I want to go to LA. I want to be back out there. I'm ready. Like all the kids are big. Well, Jonah was 6 months, but my doctor, he had a shot. You know, so I was ready to get back to work, because you just, like as an artist, anybody who ever says I don't want to be an artist no more, then like artist is in my blood. I've never had a regular job in my life. This is all I know. So I couldn't just quit like that. And then I realized that I still had a fan base and a core audience out there that was just like Mo, what's good? So I needed this platform.
But you know what I looked at, how I looked at R&B Divas? Not even just for LA, but also Atlanta. To me, it wasn't anything that had to do with Unsung. It was more so a reintroduction to those fans who weren't really familiar with y'all. Like for instance, when you were out in the early 2000s, reality TV was not how it is today.
At all.
And now everybody watches reality TV.
I think the only thing that was out back then was
like the Real World.
Yes. And remember when Tammy and the boy, that was
what we watched. That's what we watched. And so now it's like the younger generation, all they know is reality TV. And so to introduce singers like you and Kelly Price and Monifa and Michelle to young audience, I thought that was something good, because this is like, these are singers that we don't see or hear on the radio or on TV anymore.
We've had notoriety from the past. Each of us can say, this is what we've done. If reality TV can make people stars that we've never seen in our lives, somebody's baby mama, somebody's friend that do hit, like if they can make them stars, imagine what it can redo for us. So that's why I was just like, anybody who doesn't maximize television, whether you're on public access, college station, major TV station, anytime you're on TV, even when we say, look at Sweet Brown and them. These people, I ain't got time for that. Everybody says that. She was just on a news clip. Son, like.
I just seen them on Dr. Oz going through, talking about bronchitis. They were doing like a little segment. No, see, but they was teaching, you know, so.
True.
But were you happy, like when you finally got to LA and this was the cast, were you happy with the people selected?
Yes, because I knew Kelly from just our mutual circle. I had worked with Shantae before, never met Michelle, never met Dawn, and I had met Claudette. We were both at Coco from SWV's 40th birthday party. We performed there. So just meeting back up, I was just like, yo, this is pretty cool. And I wanted to see, like they said, trust us. It's gonna get rough at times, and you know, you'll make it through. You may hate us in the process, but trust me, you all have a story. It's 6 different stories, but we're gonna make it, you know, count in the end. You'll see why all of you are really, they say 6 degrees of separation, but you'll see how you all blend. So I was like, well, good luck, because I already knew 6 black chicks.
It's already drama. You already got drama.
And I had just had a baby like 6 months prior. I was still
going through all the
separation anxiety and missing my kids. It was a lot. So I was ready for it, and I was excited. I was anxious. I was pumped. I was ready. I came out there to fulfill my contract, check off the things on my bucket list, and do me.
Now, this season of R&B Divas LA, there was a lot of, let's say, drama and tension. When the drama first started for you, were you shocked at all by it? And were you even shocked that the person who seemed to be at the head of the drama was, like, were you shocked at all?
I was shocked. I was actually laughing, because I was just like, wait a minute. Like, son. Like, you ever see somebody, you just be like,
that's not you.
Yeah.
That's not you, right.
But
that's not even you.
I was just, I was shocked because when it happened to me, I was like, whoa now. Cause I don't do that. I'm mostly, as much as I be turned up, I'm usually in the house between my kids. Like that's the most, like this is exciting to me because I don't come out the house. But for the most part, it was just like when I saw certain things happen, I was just like you're allowed. Who's allowed to jump in a man's face? Like
Kelly went off, but wait, because Kelly was saying, "Oh, was good." I mean, the director told me that the producers told me to do that. How much of an influence does the producers have when you guys on the show?
None at all. We all get emails, and we were talking like right after all that was happening. We all get an email. We said the actual content of the email is less than the people that's contacted in the email. No one can get a private email from anyone from Think Factory or TV One. Someone is always CC from executive as well as management. I was just like, by the time I scroll down, you could have told me be at the set by 10:30. You could have told me that. You could have told me that the day before, but sometimes locations change because they always ask you just to be on time because 15 minutes in TV world is an hour. And the camera crews are all on in the union. Baby, that union don't play. You go 1 minute over, they be ready. Like you have to sign so much paperwork. So that's why I was like, I was never told by production to turn up.
That's why I was about to laugh because Kelly was like, they told us to turn up. So she was just really.
And you know what? Let me just say this. I love all of y'all, but you know what? I thought that it was so shocking to me because, particularly during the reunion. First of all, let me tell you, I watched the reunion at his house.
I heard you say you ain't going over there no more because everybody was so loud. That's how my
black people.
You would never come to my house because we were so loud. I was like, well, y'all shut up.
And his sister.
Got an opinion on
and his sister. She's a fucking liar. No, she's lying. You ain't even in the room with them women.
But you could feel it.
Yeah, you could feel it. And you could feel it. But you know what? The reunion, I loved the fact that you were real and honest in that reunion. I wish that Claudette would have spoke up a little bit more.
What is she gonna say?
Yeah, that's what I want to ask you. Do you? Because he was like, I don't want her to be on season 2.
You know what's crazy? I want her to the lane that she owns. You know, she wants to be everybody's friend. If you gonna own that lane, own it. Because if we come back for a second season, don't turn up. Because you gave us, you know, we want to see you gradually come out of the show. She has a great story. I don't know what she actually told the producers to get on the show, but I'm pretty sure it had something to do with her living situation, which. As a female, as a mother, when I connect with you, pain pays. So if your baby father wrote major songs for people, but you was damn near living in your car, girl, do you know how many people are going through that right now? With this furlough and all this stuff, people just like...
And let me tell you something.
My wig gonna get cut off. Like,
that is one of the
she could have had all the Section 8 shit, but now I got them. And I ain't on Section 8. But now they ain't my friends because I be like, yo, tell your baby father, I'm not getting child support. Let's picket this bitch and let's go. But...
And see, that was one of the problems that I had with her because I understood where Kevin was coming from because he was like, no, she has a story. And I agree with him.
But you know what? Showing it.
I agree that she does have a story, but for me and her, I just felt as though she didn't tell her story the way...
Her eyes tell a story, now it's time for it to come out of her mouth because that's how she'll heal.
Because I'm like, look, I love Little Mo, and Little Mo's going to tell her story, but now I want to hear what Claudette has to say.
And I think so much people want to hear from Claudette. She's from the East Coast.
Right. That's how we are.
I was just like, what is going on?
And I mean, she sat there and she was so pretty. And that's all his sister kept saying during the reunion. Oh, she's so pretty. I'm like, yeah, but I wish she would talk, like say something, like. But she didn't do it.
I don't know why. To this day, I don't. And there were so many times I was just like, yo, just share.
Yeah, just share.
But there's a lot of people who are. I don't know if they're afraid or ashamed of her story.
So many people.
She would. She doesn't realize that. Like, really, maybe if her team gets behind her and just like, listen, you either go hard or go home.
Go home.
Because I can't do it for her. Like, as much as I took up, like, did you see at the end where they announced the tour? She was like, well, I'll go sing background. Stop playing second. Stop.
Anybody asking me to sing?
I ain't singing nobody damn background. I done made 3 concerts for that show. I'm done.
You looked surprised when Kelly announced that.
What face did I make? What did I do?
The same face I made.
What did I do?
What did I?
I can't make the face. But you was just like...
everybody keeps like, I don't know what face I did. Like,
my face... I think you was just like...
And then... Because
I knew I was like, holy stuff. And then Shantae was sitting there like, and it kind of made me upset with Shantae because I'm thinking like, okay, so Shantae already knew because of course she was a part of this. But all right, I'm not. You don't have to say nothing, but this is my opinion.
Okay.
I just felt as though it was a little bit sneaky on Shantae's part because I'm thinking like, okay, Shantae, well, you already knew that this was going on, and you and her seem to have had a cool relationship during this season because I know a lot of times you and her were on the same page when it came to Dawn and Kelly. So I'm thinking like, why didn't Shantae just whisper to you, like, you know, they invited me on this tour or something. Not saying that she was obligated to tell you,
that's true.
but you know, as a friend, because anytime anything happens with, even if he ain't involved, I'll say like, Kevin,
just a heads up.
This is just you know what I mean?
Well, I know from a personal standpoint, a lot of people probably was thinking like, why she ain't tell more? Why didn't say nothing? All we were told was like literally, Kelly has a surprise she wants to tell. So I'm thinking she gonna say she pregnant or something. When we come back, like that's all we were told. So when she said it, Shantae gagged. She was like, oh my God.
Yeah.
So even though they caught her saying, she was like, yeah. But right after that, Shantae and Cheryl was just like, first of all, I wouldn't announce any tour because they hadn't even signed a contract.
Wow.
You have to be careful because I guess, you know, you try to put it out there so then people run and go buy those tickets that she speaks of.
Okay.
But without a contract, she technically wasn't. Yes, I signed on to it, and you know, I mean, yes, I would love to be a part of it, but I haven't signed my contract
yet. Yeah.
So you know, right after that, that's when all those blog things, posts started showing up about her saying, no, ain't no tour.
Wow.
And I see they released, somebody was like, you see this? Of course everybody sends me stuff. Now she's not on the flyer no more. So I was like, hey.
Shantae or Kelly?
Shantae.
Wow.
So what's going on with the tour? Do you want to go on tour or do you want to do the Diva Logs?
I would want to, if I told anybody, I think it would be a great balance. It would probably me, Monifa, Kiki, and Faith. No disrespect to anybody else.
Yeah.
And then we could branch off and then add Selena on. Just because I think we're like not the young and ratchet ones, but we from the East Coast. So, you know, then you add, then once we go to the Midwest, because Selena got that Chicago, that whole thing on lock, and Atlanta, add her on, and then we could add on. But to be honest, Kelly and Dawn, they can stay home. Like their spirit is off.
But what happened?
And that's not business, that's personal.
So Dawn is just off mentally?
She is weird.
First of all, I'ma just
and I don't like people talking because people think I hate, but I'm
no, but you know
that's
what?
A spirit.
I had a conversation with somebody today at work, and we were just talking about somebody who was like a little mentally off, and I said it's not that
she would
hard
be like that lady
to
that
recognize
somebody. To the Capitol.
Okay.
She gives me that kind of team.
And you know, and I said that to Kevin before. I was like, Dawn just don't seem like she's there. So like she's out to lunch.
That's from a natural sense. You look and be like,
it
seems like the lights on but nobody's home. From a spiritual sense, it's like that thing got some spirits running through her. That's years of oh well, I quit. Quitting is a spirit to me. That's number one. And then just playing the victim, that's a spirit. Like that damsel in distress. Stop. We're all grown. And especially, I always say, people are like, oh, you went because you said she's the oldest one. Yeah, when you're the oldest one of us all, I got all these platinum plaques and I work with this person. We work with Frank Gaston before Beyonce. All this stuff that y'all didn't see, because if they really put half the stuff people were saying on camera out there, bitches would be buried. Let's be real. So all this stuff that they put out there, I'm just like, you know, what are you doing all this talk? Well, show me the way, because I haven't had the, I would say, sales success of it as in vogue. But just judging by her situation, she didn't even get to capitalize or live off the success of it. And I honestly was trying to help her, just like, well, you know, like, keep your head up, blah, blah, blah. But when she turned on me coming and quit, especially the night before, my husband, like all the stuff that went on, I was just like, oh, you tried it. And you tried it with the wrong one. And that's when I was just like, you know what, before I throw something and act all ratchet, which I'm pretty sure everybody expected, I honestly saw my brand and my imaging and my life flash before me, said, that's not worth it. I know how to win. I'll cuss, I'll walk away, and I'll wash my hands of it, and I'll just keep it moving. Because when that thing got in that parking lot, she still had to pour water in that car.
Oh, no. So is it that bad for her?
Yeah, it is.
So wait, did anybody ever find out why it was that she didn't come to the reunion?
Oh,
because that was a little weird that she not show. Because at first I thought
I heard so many rumors. One was the man
that
served the papers. Then it was, she said she wasn't gonna be a part of no ghetto mess. And because I honestly think that, first of all, it was in New York. She had nowhere to run. Number two is she was scared of Wendy Williams. I personally feel that
Wendy got y'all together, though.
But you know, Wendy Williams was the best to host. She really was, because you know what I liked about Wendy? Wendy, as ratchet as she is, Wendy did not take sides with anybody
at all.
She was just like, and you know what I liked about Wendy, because I'm not really a big.
But everybody came in like best behavior. Please believe.
Yeah, because I'm not really a big Wendy Williams fan. But what I liked about Wendy is that she was asking questions that people at home watching at TV was asking them like.
That's how a host does. They don't say, well, but you, but.
And she wasn't taking sides.
You know, and she wasn't backing down.
Yeah.
That's how you host. That's how you get the girls together, and that's how. Honestly, it was a great show. It was a reunion.
It was.
And some people came down with it, oh, I'm going to vindicate, or I'm going to lie, or I'm just going to sit here. I just want to be on TV again. Some people needed to clear the air, and then some people decided to release music the night that the show. It's all about planning.
Because as soon as that reunion went off and that commercial popped up, here he go. Now that's how a bitch promote.
Yeah.
I said, I know that's
but that's
right.
learning from people who say, you better get on that thing and sell everything except for coochie.
That's right. So
I listen.
With season 3, do you think if there is a season 2?
Well,
season 2. Yes, I'm sorry, season 2. Do you think will you return if they decide?
Heck yeah, I have a contract.
Okay. So do you think Dawn will come back?
I don't think so. I honestly wanted to ask like different behind the scenes people. I don't even think she's allowed to come back. Wow. Like you have to be. That's like me coming on. That's like me coming on your show. Then man, f them, blah 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 blah. Talking about man, they had da da da, and then trying to say, well, can I come back and no, you biting the hand that is feeding you. Trust me, I know some of the plates they paid for.
But I think they pay for all of that though. Don't
they do.
Oh, okay.
That's why I'm just like, wait a minute. So you mean to tell me I get to be on TV, I get to promote free food, and get paid?
Okay.
Get your life.
Look at God.
So
look at him.
Won't he do it?
He will.
Who would you like to come on to R&B Divas?
To replace Dawn.
Ooh, don't you? When you live for Blue Cantrell, don't we want to know?
But see, you tried it.
I know. Wait. I wanted Coco on it, but I know that she can't because SWB has a show coming on WeTV. So I can't wait to see that.
Yes. But everybody in a reality show.
I want to know some Blue Cantrell tea. I want to know.
Is you talking about her and Jay-Z and all of that stuff? Because is it Blue named after Blue? You know.
Come on.
I don't want to get you in trouble with me.
No, I know that's not. But I want to know. It's some deeper tea than that because she's. The way I heard that she's been around, and I want to know. There's a lot of people who their coochie tells a lot of stories, and I'll be able to tell if it's lying. So yeah, I want to know. But even if I understand it's R&B Divas, but if you can incorporate some of the R&B singers that are male artists, their wives and their baby mothers in the show. Like if you want to switch it up, like because there's a lot of singers I want to protect my brand. I'm like, bitch, you ain't got no songs out. It just
well, when the last time you had a hit? No shade.
Or ain't hit at all.
Right.
Or invited to a radio station. Like when I say that this platform, like we are getting invited so many places, me and my team, because we're professional. I'm telling you, you show up and you be nice to people, you will get invited to places. Like the opportunities that's like. We about to go to New York and do Hot 97. I haven't been to Hot 97 in years. To me, that's big. I've been to Power 105. The doors are always open. That's how you always want to be. Like, for me being here the second time, this is a great opportunity to be invited back. You cannot take that for granted. It's not what you do. It's not what you say. It's how you make people feel. And some people rocked and messed with the wrong people's feelings. And I was just like, good luck trying. Olivia Pope can't save some of the people the damage that they caused. Like, that's real talk. Because they offended. You have to be careful. The Bible even speaks about that, about offending the wrong people. And you have to know who, like, you might tell, I let one of the assistants have it. Yeah, but that's the owner of the company's daughter. Like, what are you doing right now? But you're supposed to be a church woman, but you're literally pissing people off. And who's ever allowing that, they're part of the blame too.
Oh, you gonna speak on
now, you know what? Speaking of, you know, what you're just saying, Keisha Cole was one of them, you know, talking about Michelle. And then ever since she's talked about Michelle, everything just tumbled down. I don't know if anybody else noticed.
Do you see?
Who didn't know it? The whole world knows.
It is so sad.
And I know that she spoke out.
Came for. It didn't make sense. Like even people who aren't even fans of Michelle was like, Keisha, why would you even do that? Like it didn't make sense why she did that.
What?
It was so weird.
It was not only was it weird and random. The object to social media and winning is knowing when to shut up and knowing when to be subliminal. When you put people's names in your tweets, you have to be ready for the backlash. You have to be ready. You have to have a team ready to say, we got to clean this mess up. A lot of artists, and I'm cool with Simone Smalls, who's one of the biggest publicists out there, like people in just a lot of these artists are living very reckless and they don't have a strong enough team. Their team are filled with yes men that when the artists mess up, they don't even know how to clean up because honestly they're just glorified assistants and consultants. So if you reckless on Twitter, you think that's not gonna get back to the other artists in that camp, and then it not only affected the Michelle camp, but I knew it was gonna be a backlash. I clutched my breast because I said, wait a minute, Beyonce invited her there.
Right.
So you just the camp.
Right. Ain't that something?
You have to be careful who you offend. And then I understand that she apologized now, which is great. I hope that was a business and personal decision, and I hope it's sincere. Because Michelle read, she was just like, oh. Somebody, of course, they sent me a clip of it, and she was like, I understand, because she was like, I too have a sister that's come from a crack mother. I said, wait. Michelle? See, because she from the church. Them church reads. And she doesn't mean any harm, but she's just like, well, maybe because there's a lot of people walking around, and I'm not just saying this to attack Keisha, because I'm gonna sincerely pray for her, because I can see the downward spiral. I'm in tune with a lot that's going on, even though I don't address that much anymore, because I got my own stuff to be worried about. What's going on in her life, that's gonna take prayer. You can't pay to come out of that pit. That's a pit that she has to be prayed out of. I don't know what it's from, all of the stuff with her marriage and stuff. I'm just like for real, I don't want the enemy attacking that.
Yeah, because like, now it's like, because I feel bad too, because now it seems like they're going through her husband is seen
on social media.
That was so weird, and they were going at it with each other on Twitter, and I'm thinking like, is that for real?
What? Like, if y'all got all this money, you can pay somebody to tweet for you, and you can try. Look at what Kerry Washington does. She'll tweet, and when her team tweets, they add a little. Have your team tweet for you. Don't. If you can't handle the interpersonality and the connection skills, and if somebody go off on you, you can let people have it a little bit. Let them know that don't come over here with that mess. But when you get too emotionally attached to it, you're lost, because the people will attack you like vultures. And people are like, yo, I remember you went at it with a whole school. I said, because I was having fun, but then I didn't realize people say that stuff and then retweet it later. I was just like, you know what? She's not giving away free reads anymore. None anymore.
So your new single?
Yeah, 2 new singles. Don't try me.
Okay. But I do have a favorite one.
Go ahead.
I'm a Diva. That's my favorite one.
Really?
A lot of people like I'm a Diva.
I work out to that.
Me too. I worked out to that the other week, and ooh, I swear to God, I'm a Diva, and he turned it by Ty Tribbett.
You know I'm lost when it comes to the gospel.
She gonna say who he turned?
Who turned?
You.
Who turned?
Right.
Now I'm a Diva. That's what I start out my show with now. Like when it goes, I just pump out and I just get so hyped, because literally a lot of people didn't know that when I wrote that for the theme song, that was the night before the monologues. I wrote it on, the monologues was April 19th. I wrote it actually on April 17th. So, and they handed it, they had to send it to the DC office, which is TV1, and it got approved. So I was just like, wow. Like things just.
Who else sang on that with you? Was Shantae
on the intro? Yeah, just Shantae.
Okay.
She, because it was so last minute, it's like, yo, we gotta get this done. She was the only one available, so she came through, and the rest is history.
Are you gonna make a video for L's Up or I'm a Diva?
What we're doing now, I want to do a video, so I might do some okay. He is revving for his life, honey. Like, he must be gassing that little scooter.
Okay.
But L's Up, our whole movement is, what does your L stand for? There's a lot of people who knows that the Lupus Foundation has been using it, so I'm trying to do something with them.
I know that's right.
As well as just what your love, longevity, I will not lose. So we're videoing everybody, like every city we go to, through your L's Up, and we're gonna put a whole video together.
Oh wow.
But then I'm probably gonna do like a, if and when we get a second season. I'm saying if, because I know we were #1 at the network, which is thank you God. Like I know it was #1 because I got some calls from people who's just like, you know, y'all killing, right?
Right.
I don't know how to read those TV numbers, but I was just like, thank you God. But I want to do a video like that will be a part of my second season. So even though it's out now, I'll still bring it back and then do the video so you can see me. Probably.
You know, you added Den into your L's.
I know on your
Instagram. On your Instagram, which was dope. But wait, this is what I want to ask you. If you were approached to do a reality show with your husband and your family, would you do that?
Yes.
I know she would do it.
Yeah, I would do that with my family. But see, it's more to my family. Like my sister, my cousin, it's like my whole family. Oh my God. Like, It's a lot.
Okay, because you upgraded. Because, you know, we met you at the mall the last time.
And
okay.
it was just I told him it was just the three of us. Now you got a whole entourage out there.
Yeah, we all travel together and we all keep it professional. Nobody like, so what time we leaving? Don't you dare, you'll get fired. But everyone has a position because, like, I have Jermaine, who's my head of promotion. So when you see me at radio, that's because he's there to make sure. So we're walking, we here to see Curtis. You know, who are the key people I need to meet? Because a lot of radio, you know, staff shifts. So he makes sure I'm at radio. I went to Power and Hot.
Okay.
Then I went to. Then we got like everywhere we go, they just make sure he's over that. Plus he like videos, and he's the one that does all my like the Her Story, all the video. So now that we're in Philly, he's gonna do a Philly Her Story. So that'll be out probably sometime next week.
Okay.
Get that together. I have my assistant Brian with me because I want him on the road just so he can learn the road, learn to keep it, because he wants to be in the industry. So he's here and he lives with us. So I'll be like, listen, I need you to help me. He knows I'll be like, yo, go get my sugar. I'll be like, who, mother, feed her. He's like, here goes like right. He has it right there.
But then that's a good way.
He's submissive, he's willing to work, he's humble, and I want him to see that you can be humble, you could be in this game, you can still win. Jaya's out here with me, the kids are watching. She will not come undone. Okay. Like we got in.
And then you going to the house of the kids today.
Yeah, and I'm gonna wash off, and I have to come double done. So this is just a law or something. Okay. My husband's on the road with me because he stalks me, like he is not letting me go, baby. They're checking for her.
Well, I didn't, wait a minute. And I feel kind of stupid because I had no idea that your husband sang until they told me. It was like, yeah, husband sang. I was like, I didn't know.
Sings.
I didn't know that because they said that there was like an episode where the two of y'all were doing like a gospel thing and y'all were going back. And I was like, where the hell was I at when they did that?
I think a lot of that stuff, that might have been, they shot so much stuff I've been forgetting. But then what TV One did as a courtesy, like they would make clips up, like stuff that you didn't get to see on the show, like what you love about Diva Little Mo and This Is My Life. Plus, once we did the show, just like how when I did the episode with y'all last year, and y'all got a lot of views, and then once the show came out, now people are like, oh snap, I saw you on the show, blah blah blah. Now that people see us around when they pull up my name and then they see his name, it's like, yo, I didn't know your husband was singing like that. And then he done cut his hair. Because people like, oh, he look crazy. I was like, no. he do not trust everybody cutting his hair. He was like, no, LA barbers, they push you back. Hello. Wow. He said, so as soon as like we got to Philly, he went to the barbershop. You can't go wrong in Philly with barber.
Heck no.
Like they line you up. So he didn't trust people there. And he was just like, he looking like he need that. I was like, my husband don't stink. I was just like, he's from down south. Like
well, people say stupid stuff.
People,
like
but they
that.
never say it to our face.
They
nobody's gonna say it.
They're not gonna say it to your face. Just like Oprah did an interview where she said people call her niggers on Twitter. She said, but they never say it to my face. That's what I know. That's right.
They would be allowed closer. No. Ooh, they tried her with that purse.
What purse?
In Hermes. Wasn't it Hermes? Wherever it was.
And that girl was like, I'm not getting that down. It's too expensive. Oprah said, all right, bitch.
But then Oprah was like, and she wasn't even buying it for her. She was buying it for a friend.
Like, I think it was for Tina Turner.
No, I think it was for Gail.
Oh, you true.
What? Gail is her good girlfriend.
I need a friend like that.
She got Gail a job.
Hello?
And not just
and she got in the Millionaires Club. Ooh, I need new friends. I need new friends. New friends.
I'm hanging with the wrong chum.
Oh, you tried
it. Oh, you better sing, Mom.
Yeah, that's the new try. They don't make that any ringtone.
I like that. So what's next for Mo? Is there an album coming out?
Working on an album.
You better be, girl.
Yeah, I have no choice because like people like, yo, Mo, you could really sing.
Yeah.
So yes, definitely an album. This one is, I call it the V3 album because people like, Dynamite. Why can't my friends say Cynthia, Little Mo, whatever you want me to call you? I would just love. But they be like, Dynamite, not speak, no veritas, because the album is Via Veritas Vida, which is the way, the truth, and the life.
Okay. I'm like, whatever. A V3.
Yeah, it's the V3. That's the whole. That's gonna break down the whole Cynthia verse, Little Mo. So it'll be some gospel on there, some hip hop, some R&B. It's gonna be like almost like a collage. But I'm gonna do a mixtape first, just to get everybody see. Now that I understand that digital music, people love it. Like going to buy CDs. To get people don't understand having CDs in the stores, that's co-op. You have to pay for that.
Yeah.
You got that business. You about that.
You already know. I be like, put it on. hey, save a dollar, save my life. Y'all don't understand. These songs are sending my children to college.
Right.
Hello.
You better speak on it.
Yeah, and I speak it through existence, and it's gonna send my children's children.
I know that's right. So
But
you know what I think?
I
think that being as though I was not familiar with your husband singing, I think y'all should do a song like together on your album.
We're gonna redo. There was a song I did on Pain and Paper album entitled Dotted Eye, and he redid the music. Oh my God.
Wow.
And that's actually on the monologue as well. I did that, but he redid it, and I'm on Bobby Jones. It airs. Ain't that crazy? My Ratchet Tattoo.
Bobby Jones.
Bobby Jones, December 1st it airs, and I sang it on there. But he redid the music, and people request us like, on October 13th, I'll be on Lift Every Voice again, and that's on BET. So look at, that's favor because networks don't even really, they'll be like, no, if she ain't over here. But the fact that they called us and they called us about like some more things like other networks. I'm about to do Black Dynamite. I'm gonna be a voice. It was a movie, but now it's a cartoon on Adult Swim. So I'm a voice
you
on
are
it.
branching out. You better.
You see the doors? You see
I'm about
the
to throw
doors?
this phone.
You see the doors? They're opening. Like, and what's crazy is, and I'm not saying this to sound like, oh, I think I'm getting roles and offers just off. I'm like, well, do I have to come in an audition because this and that? They was like, no, because we think this will fit you. So people are writing roles. But I'm just like, wow, I just don't want to let y'all down because, you know, just to make sure. So it's all working out.
And you know what the beautiful thing about it is that you're getting all that stuff because you're being you.
Yeah.
And everybody sees that you're genuinely being you. You know what I mean?
Good word, even though people say a lie travel faster than the truth, no, good character and integrity and just treating people, just making them feel comfortable and relatable and at ease. Like I could go in the hood. I was just out, I forgot where he was today when my husband got his hair done. They was like, yo, can we take a picture? I was like, yeah, throw your L's up. And they was like, yo, my friend just, people was, I said, now we in Philly. Baby, you already know. People was like, oh, I saw you at the barbershop, I was scared to talk. You from, what are you scared of? I'm 4'11". What is you scared of?
They do it all the time.
But that goes to show us. And they don't even want to speak.
And then wait till he get home and hit Twitter.
Detective be like, I said, so you was low-key stalking, huh? You was peeking, huh? But I just tell people, like, so many people, I was at the airport, and you know the elevator, what is that thing that takes you? This man was waiting there. He was like this. So I'm thinking he said, come off so we can, I thought they was about to stop, but he was, I just want to give you a hug. He was like, like people just like hugging. Yeah. So I'm like on the L's up, giving out hugs to us. 72-year-old woman was just like, I love the way, like I love you. She's like, my grandbabies listen to you, but I was just like, wow. So the demographic that was most likely not to see me succeed are embracing me. And why would I throw that away to act grand? Right. Bitch, ain't nobody got time for that. You know, it's a time to act grand. You only act grand when, you know, somebody's being racially profiled, be like, you know what show I'm on? Right. You know, when they racially profiling you, but any other time,
no, there's no need to do all that.
It's not. It's really, that's what I was talking about. Let's say people was doing stuff and it wasn't even that serious. The cast, the crew, everybody was just wanting to work. Everybody wants to be there and they want to go home. Because even after we were filming, sometimes we would film till like 10 o'clock. The crew and the camera, they still have to pack up. They there sometimes 4 hours after us. Then they still got to go back to the office and take the stuff back. What? And these ain't no 60-year-old. Some of the people were like 40s. Some of them were kids. And they were just like, I think this is so cool. Like, I get to work with you. Like, I've heard of your songs. Now I'm around you. Like, like keeping in touch. Tweet me like, I got to work with, like, she mad cool. They talk. These are people who are on other shows like The Voice. People don't know. I'm like, you know, these people on some major big shows. They're doing behind the scenes work. I see their names and credits. Treat them right because they'll put it, yo, y'all ain't got no host. This the one you need to call. We at least know she gonna show up on time. She gonna be snatched.
What is up with that?
Yes. That weight snatcher is not a game. I was introduced to a girl named Prima Donna. She's from Miami, and she said she actually started out with those as because I think she had like, I don't know if it was like lumbar and posture support. So she got them, and then she went to I think like a chiropractor one day, and it was like, this thing is like really good. So doctors have been ordering it from her. So then my sister had contacted her. My sister is a distributor, and I am as well. So I was just like, so the way I'm gonna add my twist on is I'm gonna call it the Diva by Prima Donna. So a lot of people like a lot of orders are coming in. So much so because I know that it's a bit pricey, but I think if you invest in yourself, then people will take you serious. It's all the look. So they started at 150, then I knocked them down to 125. I said, look, I don't even want a commission. I just want all the girls to look good. And so as soon as you drop that price, like, don't act, it's the first of the month. I know they furloughing, but while they furlough, bitch, you could be sick. You know? So it's literally, it's called waist training. So it literally pushes it. But so for anyone who's had a baby, or like I had started going to the chiropractor because I was having lower back problems and traveling on airplanes. Sometimes when you can't sit in first class, don't get great because if the plane goes down, they go first. Hello. Sometimes you got to sit in the exit row and that seat don't go back. So you like this. And I went to the chiropractor, and because I hold my son like this, my spine was curving and I could literally feel it. So that was a great way to get it back in order. They popped it back in order, and I weighed sometimes up to 8 hours a day, sometimes 4. But people can order it on theLittleMoShow.com, and then just send me your size, because I don't know why. Some, like with my website, child, I don't know why people can't add their size. So I say just type it in the PayPal thing, and it ships out right there. And like them things are going. It's not no scam or no gimmick with people. Buy this body shape, so they put it on, and all the muffin top pop out the bottom, looking like Biscuit Betty. No, this joint it goes.
Is it on there?
No.
Oh, okay.
Do you think she needs it? No, because if I would have had it on now, my hips would have been protruded because it pulls in. Yeah. Okay. And it's from here up to here. Some waist cinches are from here, and then you walking around like, oh, you're pregnant under that part. Okay. So no, this smooths it and everything. They can wear it because when you put it on, if a man puts it on, then you can't see. Now, unless he got on, the V-neck tee that come down to here, then you can see it a little bit. But other than that, it's invisible. But I tell you, that first time you wear it on, you be like this. Feet be sleek. But that thing go.
Let me ask you a question about another artist.
Okay.
Miley Cyrus.
Okay.
Now, the whole twerking thing, everybody's been talking about, people think her life is spiraling out of control. Now, she told Rolling Stone that her new video, Wrecking Ball, was, what was it like? It's like an ode to Sinead O'Connor with, with the bald head and all of that, everything. So Sinead O'Connor wrote her letter, an open letter, got her together.
What she said?
But it was motherly. She was like, the men in the music industry, they don't care about you. All they care is about making money. And she was like, you're wasting your talent becoming a prostitute for the industry. And she was saying, do not compromise that for your talent. She said, you are talented. Yeah. But and then she was blatantly saying, no one gives a fuck about you. They just want you to make that money so they can spend money on their mistresses. She went in, but it was all the truth.
I gotta read that letter.
Baby, I was like, last night, because I was like, I gotta ask more questions about this. So, Miley Cyrus, in response, she tweeted, because Sinead O'Connor's kind of mental, so she was tweeting like, I need a psychiatrist. If anybody out there can find me a psychiatrist, here's my email, please help me. So Miley Cyrus took those tweets and reposted it, saying that this was going on way before, what's her name? What's the other girl name? What's the other girl? No, the girl from All That. The one that was
Amanda Bynes.
Amanda Bynes, yeah. So she's like, this is going on way before Amanda Bynes. And then she tweeted the picture of Sinead O'Connor ripping up the picture of the Pope. And then she was like, well, I don't have time to talk to you because I'm on SNL this weekend. And then she was like, well, if you want to meet afterward, we could do that. What do you think about, because the way I see it is, I'm happy that, people reach out to others when they see something not right. Because then when they don't, they end up getting on drugs, they die, they be like, why nobody didn't help them? So now you have someone reaching out right now and people, cursing her out for doing that. How do you feel about that?
I personally feel, this young generation, it's just a lot going on. They call this Generation X. And it's so much like the adults try to help, but they don't. And it's all about the delivery. First of all, I'm not writing nobody no damn open letter. I understand, but that girl still have a mother. And a lot of people are blaming their actions and things that are going on them being young. I personally, because the way I was raised, I wilded out, but you'll never see a picture of it. You'll never see it on Twitter. I be drunk as a skunk that's trying to get a hump from a dump. Don't know what that means, but I just made it up. But trust and believe, you won't never see me laid out. Oh, her coochie was all out. You won't see that, because I'll never get that drunk. I used to do drugs. You ain't never seen me. You won't never see me laid out, passed out, and pictures be like, yo, everybody had their way with her. You just won't see that of me because I think of myself higher than that. Even though I like to have fun, that's supposed to be for the confines of and privacy of my own home and my life. So with these adults reaching out, I just feel like I would have reached out to the parents and we would have had like a dinner sit down and just be like, sweetie, let me tell you, because when you write an open letter, when these young kids feel like that they're being chastised or told what to do, they think they're grown, but they don't understand that. Listen, these people are trying to save your lives because what she's saving you from is what she went through. So,
and then these young kids nowadays don't even know who Sinead O'Connor is
at all.
But little do they know, she was down that road that Miley Cyrus, and now look at her now.
She's traveling down that road. I could just say that. Sometimes when these, I don't know if that's the Disney curse or whatever, because look what happened to Britney Spears. Maybe she spiraled. Like, we see it, and it's just like people that cheer for you, next thing you know, they start laughing at you. They not laughing with you. It's like they laughing at you. And who wants to be laughed at and then have to try to rebuild? Sometimes people get a chance to come back, but not all the time people get to come back. Or some of them, like when Amy Winehouse passed, like that hurt my heart because I never got a chance to meet her. But I remember Phil Thornton, one of the executive producers of R&B Divas, was like, yo, go get, it was a magazine, she did an interview and she was like, 2 of the people she wanted to meet was me and Faith Evans. Wow. Like, are you kidding me right now? So I was just like, yo, I was so hyped. So when she passed, I was just like, Dad, I wish, there's some people I wish I have a chance to be their friend. Because I'm going to be like, you shouldn't be doing that. But I would tell them, I'd be like, come on, son. Like, we all need that person. You always, that person that you'll listen to. Because there's some adults who try to tell me what to do. And I'll be like, I'll listen. But when you try to chastise, I'll be like, first of all.
Yeah. I have kids of my own. So
yeah.
I know you let you chastise me.
And they be trying it because sometimes some of them are jealous of your success. Be like, nah, I wish I could still be that young, because I see it. But at the same time, it's just all about your delivery. So I just hope that we don't lose a Miley or like that. Amanda Bynes stuff was crazy. These kids, do you know how much money these kids have? They have so much money, they're paying people to shut up and not tell them what to do when you can go to the best rehabs and all of this. And it has that tattered blue wig she had on.
Yeah, that was going. She was going to court.
It looked like it stank.
It has a lot to do with parenting too, because I tell a lot of people. Even today at work, I had to tell this one girl because her daughter, I had to put somebody's business out there. Well, her daughter's book while in school, and it's like every time I turn, school just started. Why is your daughter getting suspended?
That doesn't make sense.
School just started.
My daughter called me and said, my school might call you, and usually the school call because they'll say stuff like, hey parents, we want to update you that the intramurals or whatever.
Yeah. I
was like, what happened? And this is while I'm in radio. And she was like, because I got into an incident. What kind of incident? She was just like, me and this girl got into a scream match. You go to school to learn.
That's right.
Don't play with me. I said, because how do you know? Because now she thinks she's so famous. Oh yeah, my mother's on TV. Somebody could be sending their child to school to try you, so then they could try to sue me. Nigga, I'll kill everybody in that bitch. No, because I don't play. So I told her, I said,
you gotta be careful now.
And she was like, no, the girl pushed me, because my daughter boxes. Ooh. And she has the oldest one, Heaven. She has a not a rage, but because she's so reserved, and I know that she's at that stage where she's like, people, I thought you were 16. She thinks she's cute, but she's 11. Don't play with me. If I come up to that school, I'm gonna punch in your throat, because that's what we not gonna have. My kid being the wild one. No, because my mother. That's how my mother was. My mother's a school teacher to this day. Let that school call her. She coming home. Hey, mom, what's the deal?
I tell him. I had an ad. My mom, one time, my mom came up to my school one time and whooped my behind in the coat closet. I'll never forget that. But you know what? I had a black teacher. You got some teachers who won't allow it, but that black teacher said, go ahead and do what you got to do.
Yep. I ain't going to say no.
It's all about how you're raised, too, because when you were talking about Miley, a lot of us would never do that type of stuff because we know that our parents wouldn't, our grandparents wouldn't do it. Like, what? And even that we're grown. I'm grown, and a lot of times, my mom can get wild, but when my mom and dad come around, I know what to say and what not to say, because you have that respect for your family.
When we was watching the show and I would go for stuff, because we would have diva parties at my parents' house, and so I would like tip out the room. My dad was like, all right, wish you would have had different words to use, but I understand.
Yeah.
So
but you still have that respect for your family.
I was like, Dad, just don't. Because at the end, I preach.
you know, some kids, they be sitting in front of their parents just be cussing up a storm, and you just
Why
like,
me, Mom?
and you be like, why you saying that in front of your mom?
You really want to punch them in their face themselves. Like, cause my son, my kids, they get a look, but it's just, you just give them that look like, are you kidding me? And then my sister, see, the reason why my kids don't get sort of loud, because they'll be like, you know what? My sister joined, then we gonna jump them. Me, my mother, my sister.
Gotta get it.
Yeah, we don't play that. That's all I'm saying. If we have a family show, like, yeah, now y'all go sit in the corner and y'all time out. Child, my son was in timeout one time writing on the wall. I said, you done tried it. Now go get that thing and wipe this wall down. Discipline. If not, they will be consumed by the world, and nobody has time. I do not want to see. My mother never saw me behind bars, and she ain't have to bury me.
That's right.
You know what I'm saying? I shouldn't have to do that for any of my children. The best way to keep them from the grave is make them behave. And you don't have to beat them either.
Okay. You don't always have to beat them. But sometimes you have to whoop somebody's ass.
Sometimes you gotta knock them.
Somebody's ass is getting whooped.
Yeah,
I knew what not to do. Okay.
Sometimes you gotta yank them up, and it takes
Let me tell you something.
You don't play that. Because why wouldn't I discipline my kids if I don't accept stuff in the street or tell them like don't take no mess about? But then they think like, oh, I can go out here doing anything. No, you will not embarrass this family. No, you won't. No.
My mom's favorite line to me and my sister when we were growing up: you never know who knows us out in the street.
Yeah.
Because when you act out in the street, you don't know who knows me. Yeah. And who can call me and tell me that you was acting out. Well, don't you know your son? One day my mom called me. What was you doing downtown? I said I was on my lunch break. I said, how do you know I was downtown? Oh, because you don't know who know me.
See?
And I'm grown.
And then you peeking around, see who's talking.
Who's down there?
He goes look around, see who's peeking. I know
that's a black mother for you, though.
That is.
That is a black mother for you, because you don't know who knows me.
So I think maybe more black mothers should be adopted, and some of these little Anglo-Saxon kids, get them together like straight from Disney.
They wouldn't be ready.
At all.
They wouldn't be ready.
They wouldn't.
So tonight you're going to be at Voyeur.
Yeah.
Are you excited?
Yeah.
She better be excited. It's first Friday. Y'all know how.
Yeah, people like, you gonna be at first Friday? I was like, yeah, I guess. But then when they told me everything that go, I was like, oh yeah, we turn it up.
Oh yeah, y'all
we turn it up.
It's going to be on and popping. I'm gonna be
Don't say I didn't warn you.
Mikkel ain't coming, but I'm gonna be there.
I gotta work tomorrow. This is my weekend to work, and I gotta get up at 6 in the morning. Yeah.
But once we leave Voyeur, then we have to go. My husband, he's still a minister of music at his church. Then we have to go to engagement for him. So we just booked all around.
That's
board.
Who's booked?
We in real life.
Well, look, you can't leave this time. I was gonna do a duet, but I can't because my vocal's not ready to.
Because the acoustics in the room.
Yes. So can you bless us? Whatever you want to say. I'm gonna be like the guy from R&B Divas. Whatever you want to say.
Oh, yeah, I was like, I guess. Whichever one. You try.
Is he saying
out of control? Bowling out of control. Why you just say, babe, with credit card? Let me say, what's a good song? Because we always sing a little bit of gospel. Any suggestions?
Do you know Pass Me Not, O Gentle Savior? You should know that.
I think so.
Go ahead, sing it.
Because I know even me that has that in there.
Okay, go ahead.
Lord, I hear of showers of blessings. Thou art scattering full and free. Shouts the thirsty soul, refreshing. Let some drops now fall on me. Pass me not, oh, gentle Savior. Sinful though my heart may be, I am longing for your favor. Whilst thou art blessing, oh Lord, come on and bless me. Even me, Lord, some drops, let some drops now fall on Mikhail, Kevin, and me. Amen. Hallelujah.
Come on now.
Woo! Y'all better clap. I thought she was gonna give us a little something. She gave us
now, usually when I like, cause I never fail to give God the praise.
I know
like,
that's right.
Real
Oh, I know that's right.
Like, trust me.
She just got off the top and crying.
It's been too good. Like, too good.
Woo! I want to thank you so much for coming back on our show.
Thank you.
Thank you so much. And sitting around and waiting until we redid this room. I told them, well, we ain't got no budget. So, you know,
we're going to speak that budget into existence because y'all are consistent. I love your show. I love what you do. I love your dedication. So, man.
You know, we had Iyanla from Iyanla's Fix My Life on our show.
For real?
Yeah, we had her on there. You know, she fixed our lives before we even started rolling. And then when we started rolling, she said, is that camera on? We said, yes. She kept fixing it. I said, Iyanla, we here to interview you. And she started fixing us because she's a big fan of our show.
Yeah.
And then she told us, and we gladly and humbly listened.
She need to tell Oprah.
Yep. And she told us what it was.
I don't see why Oprah wouldn't endorse you guys.
Oprah is bringing the ratchet to her network now because she says she's a little bit too serious.
Plus, y'all are young. That's what they need for that network.
Yeah.
They have a lot of good things with going on with her added talent, which is like I would say 25, 45 demographic. But that whole y'all can bring a whole demographic to her network. I think that's necessary.
That would be dope.
I think it's necessary. So I'll speak it.
Thank you so
there's
much.
No reason
we're gonna pray on that.
Yeah.
I'm so happy you came back. We gotta get him back.
We're gonna pray on that.
Cause let me tell you something. Her uncle's our pastor. He's a singing pastor.
Oh yes. I'm
gonna have to when we finish, I'm gonna let you listen to. He's a singing pastor, old school. And I keep telling Kevin, you gotta come back.
I know. I love his church because his choir. I'm trying to tell y'all. Look, they look like they old people on the street, but when they open their mouths, they have you in there crying. I was crying my eyes out in his church one time because they were it just hit me. I was like, wow.
See, so you did feel it.
Yeah, I feel it. I turned over. He was
I the Catholic church don't give you that.
I hope I want to carry his ass.
What time do y'all go to church?
11.
What time y'all get out? 4?
No, not 4. Like around 1:30. Cause it's old school, traditional Baptist.
I live.
So you know we do everything.
What time y'all be going?
We get there at 10. It's over by 11:45.
See, we ain't getting no by then. We still collecting.
We just never get revved up.
Right. Cause you know they gotta march at my church. We gotta do the offering, mission offering, lunch box. We gotta do all. By the time you leave church, you broke.
And don't let it be a christening that Sunday.
No, don't let it be communion.
Yeah.
Cause we're in there all day.
Cause they got passed out, and then somebody wants to stick an extra one in their purse.
Oh no.
Jesus help me. But thank you so. Okay.
No problem.
Thank you so much for coming back.
No problem.
I really appreciate it, and I really, really enjoyed that.
Can I just shout out?
Yeah, go ahead.
What's Jackie? I think she's Black Jack or Black 99 Jack. She was like, "Can you please shout me out and do the Birdman rub hand?" So that was for her, so she could know that I see her. She was just like, "Oh my God!"
Oh.
She first saw me on. She liked my music, but then she saw me on y'all show.
Oh wow.
And then she was just like, "Yo." Like I rock, we've been good friends ever since then. Like she's my Twitter bully. Whoever tries me, she lets she gets them together.
You know what's so funny? Before we go, you and I, we all had the same mutual friend, Dominic. Wow. Remember?
Yeah.
Yeah, I know that was. He and I were really cool. I went to his funeral too. Yeah.
I'm just so scared of funerals.
And I remember that day you tweeted. That was the only day you tweeted was when you gave like that little shout out to him.
Wow.
When you found out he passed. It was really sad.
And everybody was like, "Have you heard?" Like what? And I'm like, "What happened?" They was like, when he passed, it was just like random. Just like that kind of stuff hurts me. I've had it was like somebody was tweeting one time. I forgot his name. His name was Simeon, and we were like literally just tweeting. Then he stopped tweeting for 4 hours, and they said, "Yo, he just passed." I was like, "What do you mean?" They said he had a heart attack like at the gas station. And then like I went through his last couple of tweets, and I was just like that kind of stuff, just like Jesus.
Because I know you and Dominique used to tweet all the time.
Yes.
All the time with each other, all the time.
Oh my God.
And so and
we were so churchy.
Yeah, because you know he was Kojic.
Yes. Baby.
And I went to his church, for his funeral, his homegoing I went, and they did it, mind you, old school, they did it at night. So I drove all the way up to New York, Brooklyn. First time in Brooklyn. It's a shame that I had to go to a funeral. Yeah. But it was really nice, and it was a beautiful thing. But it really hurt me because I was like, here's somebody, and the way he passed was so sad. And it was so sudden. and I was just like, wow, he was so young. Yeah. But I just wanted to make sure I said something to you about it because I know that you and him were always close on Twitter. Yep. So I miss him though, I really do. But thank you again for coming on. Thank you so much.
Thanks for
I know we ended this on a sad note and stuff. Well, can y'all shout and dance?
No, can you just do this for me? Remember when you said, I'm gonna tell you, say it. When I say I love that, just do that. You was like, I love when he does that.
Wait, how I don't know how it's like.
Wait, what'd she tell you?
Kelly Price fucking tried it. Bitch. She did try it though. She was like,
no, you gotta hear when he goes,
I'm too good for this. And
no.
Sat there. No, I was like,
wait, what you said? You said
because she wasn't even talking to me.
I thought she got both of y'all.
No, I was sitting there because I
leave the room. Let me talk to these bitches.
I was saying, this is how I was doing. Do be her, I'm gonna be me. I was like,
let me tell you something. I've been in this industry for 20 years.
I was like, okay.
I will not let somebody come in here and tell me how to do this. I am too good for this. Too good. Look.
Let me see Mariah's number in that phone. Did I just try it? No, I'm just kidding.
No. Jeffrey Roll! Jeffrey Roll!
She was ready. She was like, because I told her, I'm not going to talk that. I'm not even coming here for all this. I said, why you drive all the way to the set if you're not even ready to talk?
You want to know what's crazy? One of my friends is a body language expert, but this is, and I'm not trying it. He said, I can tell by the way she... He said, you ever watch how people's mothers come to school to whip their child? He said, I can tell by the way she slewed in the room. He said slew. He said because there are people who enter, when you enter the room with grace, you walk through with confidence. There's different walks. But when you...
She's right. You tried.
She came in there to try. And I said, I didn't peep it because I was just like, yeah, all right, I gotta get my greens off the stove. And what's crazy was the only thing I was supposed to discuss was like, listen, don't quit the monologue. Are you gonna really? They edited out when she said, listen, I'm booked and I can't be a part of the monologue, but I'll come there, I'll bake a pie, I'll host, I'll be the loudest one in the audience. So I was coming up, basically uphold her on what are you still gonna do that? And she was like, you know what?
Jeffrey Roll! We're not gonna do this, Jeffrey Roll! No, my husband here.
So y'all not cool at all? Cause we didn't ask you that.
I don't want to hear, but I don't want you to say no more about it because I want to wait until season 2.
Yeah.
Yeah. So don't tell us no more. I don't want to hear no more.
You gonna go back to her church?
Well, you know, her pastor is a great friend of mine. Chef Crawford wrote Tada. So
I've heard his name. So he worked with.
He
Deborah
wrote.
Price.
Now did you get here? Nobody's supposed to be. Like he has hits. He wrote a lot of Drew Hill songs. Like he's amazing. He preaches in Cali like he's from the East Coast. If I went, it would just totally, you know, I would just go for the word. When I was going as her guest, but totally go for the word. He has a great, awesome ministry, and the way that they have church is amazing. Like it's amazing. Like it's a really good experience.
Well, I'm gonna need you to come and visit my church.
I will.
No, you talking like you about to do a gospel album? Like
I will one day. But you know what? On the Diva Logs. The actual my finale, because you were there, I preached it and I got to see a clip of it. See, I don't ever know what I give until I see it back, and I'm just like, ooh, wow. She went.
Yeah, that was a good thing, and he talked about it too. And I think what he said was a good idea that you guys should take that on tour.
That would be good because a lot of people just like
that would be really good.
And I think it would really help Claudette because that girl had everybody in there crying. Like,
she did.
I kept
hearing and I never
sniffles.
knew what was crazy was even though we had like rehearsals and stuff, we never knew what each monologue was because Fred was like, let's just save it so that you can leave it all on stage. That's why we had the burial at the end. But it was just like, okay, so mine was all they knew was it was gonna be Cynthia versus Little Mo. So I rehearsed bits and pieces of it, but when he would rehearse with us in our downtime, he would teach us to trim the fat because there was so much more. What he said, you don't have to tell her. You can say it like this. Fred is dope. He's from Philly. I told him, yes, totally respect him, his craft. Because I wasn't giving him a hard time, but when I was like, I don't want to do this. Like, I don't want to be monologuing. Like, nobody wants to see that. If we're gonna do so, let's do a bit in piece of The Color Purple, sing and sit our ass down. That's how I felt. I was like, because nobody's gonna see it. He's like, trust me, Mo, and I was just like, I don't trust people like that. I said, because if we're telling intimate stories of our life, if I had to talk about being molested and stuff like that, like that hurts. That hurts. And what was crazy was the night that it actually aired for the finale, my parents never knew. So I didn't know what they were going to show. So now they get to see it. My dad was just, that was, oh my God. That was the night my dad got home from the hospital. So for him to see that, my dad was in tears. So, you know, I was just like, Jesus, like, it just did something. It helped me heal. But, you know, I'm better. But I'm glad it ended up the way it did. Because that whole process, like, it hurt when me and Kelly fell out. Because I was just like, dude, like, on some real, I was just like, I told my, I said, I will quit this before I lose a friend.
Trying not to laugh. Because you went off at that thing. She was like, cause my kids is at the airport. They've been waiting all day.
People didn't know the sacrifice, and I never complained, but it was enough. Because anytime, you can't sabotage my sacrifice. People didn't know that. Even my husband was flying sometimes once and twice a week back from LA to Baltimore to go be the minister at his church, because he was just like, that's what I'm going to do. And his pastor is just like, his church, they have 2,000 members a Sunday, and they're just like, yo, they think that he's so great. Nobody knew that that had to come out of our pocket. So when we had to switch flights during spring break week, everything was oversold by, then it was just a lot.
Wow.
So my kids being stuck at the airport, I'm just like, my babies, my youngest, she has asthma, and when she gets anxious, she has eczema, so she'll start scratching and be like, I'm just ready to go. Like, she just loses it. And all I can think about is her in the airport acting all extra. She's a drama queen, but she doesn't mean any harm. So I'm just like, so you, wait a minute, I didn't even know we was allowed to quit. It was just certain things. I was like, I didn't even know this was allowed to happen. Had I known that, I don't quit, but had I known that I could miss days and just show up and treat people kind of way, I wouldn't have done that. But I was just like, who does that? Why are you trying to sabotage this? We were going to get canceled in Vegas.
What?
Wow.
Yeah, the second week. What are you doing? Do you know how much it, first of all, do you know how much extra money it costs for me to have to fly my stuff out there? Like, somebody was going to give me my money back.
They was going to cancel the show.
Because people was being grand.
Ooh.
For no reason. It wasn't nothing like, yo, bitches get here. And then it was just like, so, we all had car services. Let me tell you, that's why I don't understand. We all had car services, and in our contract, we all had first class. What's the problem? Well, in my contract, I know I had first class, because I had a lawyer.
Come on, don't read.
Because you know Mary J. Blige said, I'm not flying nowhere, coach. Are you serious? You heard about that?
I haven't heard about that. But in our contract,
she'll stand up on the table and talk to about chicken, won't she? She showed up. Remember
they
that?
took that thing down.
They took that. Mary said, you will not embarrass me.
Like, bitch, I'm not flying. No,
she said, I thought I was up there singing about Icy. No,
because they was paying her $250,000 and they gave her $145,000 up front. And then when they booked her flight for everybody on her team, they booked everybody in coach and didn't fly them first class.
Including her?
Yes, when it was in the contract that she was going to fly first class.
Well, if it's in the contract, then they tried it.
Yeah.
But wait a minute. But when they say something like that, I thought it's just the artist that flies first. So then the whole team has to fly first class too?
No, just the artist.
Yeah.
Just the
artist and like
the
immediate, like a spouse or something like that, right?
No.
Oh wow.
Just the
me,
artist.
and I upgraded my husband's ticket, and my kids went first class. But that's an expense because when you're a star, like when you're the artist or the castmate,
they're paying for you. They're not paying for your husband and your kids.
But we were all in first class, but that's because that was an expense. That's why I'm like, bitch, you gonna give me my money back? That was a sacrifice. Hello.
Hello.
You know,
put that on the shirt. Hello. Because you need to tag.
I get that from my mother. Says it all the time. She is different, but she has different inflections. Hello. 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 She's hilarious.
That's his mom.
Okay.
That's his mom. But wait a
Hello.
minute. That's his mom when she's in the house looking for a remote and don't nobody answer her.
What she was there?
She'll be sitting there. Sorry. Where's the remote? Where's the remote? And mind you, we all sitting there watching TV. Hello? Hello?
Hey,
where's the remote? And don't nobody sit up the back.
Because
and then one of them yelled, it's right there! That's the house.
Aw, I gotta come over to the house and chill with the family.
Child, you know
I'm telling you, I don't think there's nobody louder, crazier. See, my mother's a preacher, my dad's a bishop, so people think that you're gonna come over, you're gonna hear the caravans and gospel music.
And that's like the total opposite. People just don't know. Yeah, they don't know.
I know when I get on, be like, so ain't nobody gonna put their shoes, everybody just gonna kick their shoes up out the door. Y'all just gonna let, child.
Cause our first lady, her aunt,
what she did?
She'll let you know in a minute. Don't play with me.
I know that's right.
Cause she used to be a cop. A Philadelphia police officer too. So you know she got some
Don't play.
Don't let the hats fool you.
I love it.
Take them off. But we gonna have to let Lil Mo go because she gotta get ready. Okay.
We're gonna have to do a whole nother episode.
Okay. Yeah, we've been here too damn long. I'm hot. Now I'm really hot. Okay, but bye everybody. Bye. This was so much fun.
I'm glad that was recording because I was looking like, oh.